Hello everyone, my name is Inricael Tandi Rapa. I am from B class 2018. Today, I'm about to present my analysis report to fulfill my final examination in qualitative research and qualitative data analysis that is given by Mr. Susilo. I did the analysis in the article with the title Online Digital Platforms During COVID-19 in EFL Classes, Visual Impairment Students' Perception, that is researched by Sitti Maryam Hamid, one of the students in Universitas Negeri Surabaya. First of all, as we know, during the COVID-19 pandemic, the government decided to implement work and study from home. Teachers are expected to be able to teach virtually. So, we might find many platforms, especially online digital platforms, that use as the main tool to provide teaching materials for the sighted students or visual impairment students. This present study investigates how visual impairment students perceive utilizing digital platforms in online learning, and also the barriers that they are facing in using digital platforms and the kinds of digital platforms that appropriate for visual impairment students. The study that is did by the researchers involved one of the visual impairment students in one of the private universities of Makassar, South Sulawesi. As we know, there are many kinds of applications that support our online learning process, such as Jitsi Meet, Google Meet, Google Classroom, WhatsApp, Zoom, and many more. However, the most frequently used digital platform in this study are Google Classroom, WhatsApp, and Zoom. Those platforms are most frequently used in teaching and learning during the COVID-19 pandemic. In general, the teacher will adjust to subject taught and the condition of the students that he or she is teaching. In this study, the researchers use descriptive qualitative research as the method. The goal of descriptive research is to describe a phenomenon and its characteristics. This research is more concerned with what rather than how or why something has happened. Therefore, observation and survey tools are often used to gather the data. In such research, the data may be collected qualitatively, but it is often analyzed qualitatively using frequencies, percentages, averages, or other statistical analysis to determine relationship. Crusoe notes that qualitative research begins with assumption, general perspective, theoretical frameworks, and challenges. Phenomena in individuals and groups can be solved by employing formula. Using qualitative descriptive research, researchers can find the instrument to collect data more flexibly. A descriptive research framework has been chosen using a survey method to achieve the researcher objective and to provide the answer to the question. The main purpose of the surveys, as mentioned by Frankel and Wellen in 2009, is to describe the characteristic of a population and how members spread across some variables. In collecting the data, there are some ways or some types of method that we can use to collect our data when we are doing a research. There are interviews, questionnaire and surveys, observation, documents and reports, focus groups, or oral histories. But in this study, the researchers gathered the data using a questionnaire and an interview. To know visual impairment students' experiences were surveyed using an online questionnaire. Moreover, to find deeper answer from the visual impairment were also interviewed. So the survey used the closed-ended questionnaire, which was adapted from Chakrawati 2016, while open-ended questions were used in the interview that helped to gather in-depth qualitative data. The questionnaire consists of 15 statements, 13 positive statements, and 2 negative statements that use the method Likert scale. It was carried out by Google Form as one of the platforms to collect the data. While the closed-ended questionnaire in this study was conducted to identify low vision students' perception of the effectiveness of using the digital platform during COVID-19 in their online learning process, such as Zoom, Google Classroom, and WhatsApp. As already explained before, that the low vision students becoming the participants that the researchers need to collect the data from them. So in analyzing the data from the low vision students in the questionnaires were classified in each statement and then interpreted as descriptive. The questionnaire data was used to define the visual impairment students' responses of the application of the digital COVID-19 platform for online teaching and learning English by students as Zoom, Google Classroom, and WhatsApp. And all the data from the interview were transcribed and analyzed for repetition of the barriers to online English teaching through the digital COVID-19 platforms and kinds of digital platforms suitable for the students with visual impairments. So, after deciding the method and doing the collecting data and also analyzing, the researchers get into the findings. So this section present and discuss research findings relating to the perception of the students with visual impairments of the use of English as a foreign language online learning platforms. The discussion is shown by interpreting the results in the table developed with the results of the interview. The results were obtained from one student with visual impairment. Google Classroom, WhatsApp, and Zoom have been used in English during pandemics during at least around 1.5 years by the visual impairment students. And it's already explained and elaborated in the table below. So I think that's all for my analysis report in the article with the title Online Digital Platforms During COVID-19 in EFL Classes, Visual Impairment Students Perception. Thank you for your attention.